I see where you were going to improve the drainage from 362 to Newman Road to Brookshire Creek. That'll increase the water flow. And I'm assuming you're planning on catching that extra water with that detention. But what about the residents in that triangle area?
The current area with that triangle, at least the approximate area, is currently undeveloped from the east side. Where the tracks we're looking at would not have a development permit. It'll be all in floodway, is what we're looking at.
And that goes right at McAllister Road,
It's a little bit north.
north of McAllister. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't have anything else.
And that's preliminary. These concerns are definitely valid. If you have a particular one, if you want to talk to me or bring that to the district.
Yeah, because I think the residents in Brookshire Garden they're going to want to know where they are, because of all of the flooding that they've had to deal with down through the years, and probably the rest of the residents in the community. I do know that drainage improvement should be a top priority.
We're looking to do things now to improve conditions there. Obviously, can't solve every problem today, but want to try to put building blocks together to make that positive change.
All right. I don't have anything else.
And I do want to say that the mayor and the city secretary both have all of my contact information.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any additional questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. We're here to answer any questions you have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, moving right along. Consulting reports, code enforcement report.
Mayor, the report is in your packet. If it is any questions, I will certainly note them and ask the code enforcer. I guess that a representative didn't show up on tonight.
There's, on the code enforcement report, the code enforcement representative is not present today. So if anyone has any questions on the report, then we will be able to answer them now. Are there any discussions on the code enforcement report? Then next we have the grant works reports and grant funding reports. Good evening.
Hello. So we are moving right along with the ARPA Roads project. I believe the NTP will be issued for Monday, October 6th. He has written a letter, and I think he will be sending those out at the end of this week. And we should be getting a construction schedule by the end of this week or by Monday at the latest so that we can start posting that online as well as the notice to residents. And then we also updated the map so that if y'all want to put that online, like showing where the limits are and where the work will be.
Okay, so that NTP is notice to proceed. And so this is the road work for the ARPA project for major patchwork that's going to begin on Monday? Monday.
The 6th.
So the residents should see crews working near their homes on those specific streets starting on Monday. Right. Okay.
Any other questions on that?
Any discussion on that? Okay. So the ARPA Road project is a project that requires for major road repair patchwork on about 9 different roads throughout the city. And that project will begin on Monday. The contractors will start work on Monday. There are notices that have already been sent out to the residents to let them know where to park and not park while the work is being going on. And I think it's not going to be long. I think it's a quick job, right? Yeah. Each street should be a day's work. Okay. All right. LJA engineer and permits report.
So permits, we've gotten quite a few in. We've sent out a couple of objection letters and a couple of review letters so far. I think there's a couple of variances that we are doing tonight, and then there's a few plats that will be on the next city council. Do y'all have any questions on any of them?
I do have a question about 3207 Stella Road.
Sure.
I know this has been ongoing for a minute, and I know that the residents for that particular address had met all of the requirements, and once they met the requirements, it seemed like something else came up, which was they needed, this is a manufactured home, you're probably familiar with that. They needed a seal from an engineer, which cost $4,000. Can you explain that?
So they are in the floodway,
Okay.
and when you're in the floodway and you're doing a manufactured home or a modular home, the structural foundation, it needs to be sealed by an engineer. Typically, the manufacturer that is manufacturing those homes already has sealed structural plans. Like she shouldn't have to get separate ones for her house. They usually come with the plans.
Okay, so you're stating that her particular one she's getting is not coming with one?
So that's, yeah, so we talked about it.
Hold on one second. So, ma'am, are you the person that has, could you come up, please? And Ms. Copion, could you please come up, please?
From my understanding, she wasn't told that from the beginning, and after she met all her requirements, then this came up, so.
That has been required. I've gotten the elevation, but nowhere does it state that I need to get it sealed by an engineer because I'm in the floodplain. I got the elevation certificate like you requested, but now you're asking for more and more, and I just don't
Well,
understand.
the comment was there in the first review letter that we
Where is
needed
that
it.
stated under Brookshire guidelines that I need that? I've
S-
given everything that
S-
you've asked for.
So, and we apologize for the confusion, okay? We found out that maybe in the past, when houses were moved in or built in the floodplain, things may have not been done right, okay? But we want to do them right to protect you and also protect the city and also protect you with your flood insurance or whatever is required for your home. You are required in the 100-year floodplain to have engineering drawings to make sure that your house is properly anchored down so that when a flood or if a flood do occur, that your house will not float away. And so, and that's why we made council aware and know that moving forward, anyone that choose to move a house or build an 100-year floodplain will require engineering plans moving forward. So you got caught up in a discovery and learning thing for the city, okay? But we're gonna work our way through it, and I think we've worked with you for quite a while, and I know you're frustrated, rightly so. And so we want to get a commitment from LJA that you all will make sure that you all give priority for this project.
I'm gonna have to pay for something that y'all changing.
Well,
Did everything according to the guidelines.
the engineering, unfortunately, the engineering plans for your home is a requirement for the, okay. Yeah, so if they're not stamped, they have to be stamped by a certified engineer, okay? And that's where it does become a little bit expensive to get that type of work done. So that's one thing you're liking, that you do need to get, is plans for certified engineer. And I think, is that the only holdup for
Believe
her?
so, yeah.
Okay.
Well, the issue is that, you know, she's purchased this home and she don't have that extra money to get an engineer. So she's still stuck when she thought she met all the requirements before, you know, that's something that should have
Yeah.
been explained to her from the beginning.
Yes. Correct. We will, this is not the atmosphere to go further into the conversation, but I did want to give her an opportunity to come forward and speak. Ms. Copion been intimately involved. Dr. Batista been intimately involved in this project, and I have too. We spent numerous hours on it. And so we'll get it worked out. Don't worry. We're going to work it out, and you'll be able to get your house moved there. What else do you have, ma'am? Is there any more comments for
No, I think
Miss-
I just had 12th Street.
Okay.
Which y'all are talking about
12th Street project?
project.
Okay.
Any
You have
other
comments on
questions?
12th Street? Dr. Batista, you have comments on 12th? Okay. Thank
It's
you,
on the
ma'am.
agenda, yeah.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve those 3 items?
We're approving the reports, correct?
Yeah, consulting reports, yeah.
I would like to make a motion to approve the consultant reports for code enforcement, grant works, and LJA engineer permits reports.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Department head audit reports. Public Works. Dr. Batista, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and residents in attendance. You have my report in front of you. If you have any questions, I can address them, but I do have about a 6.5-minute video I want to share of the updates we've been doing out in the field.
Hello and good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, and residents in attendance. Tonight we'll be providing you all with some updates regarding the culvert cleaning and ditch reshaping that we have accomplished over the last couple of weeks.
So there was no ditch here. We cleaned out these culverts all the way around, coming down Depot there, and then all the way down Franklin. We started there, created that ditch along there. There was water running through there, it dried out, so seems to be working. Now there's a culvert starting here, all along this driveway here. We jetted that entire culvert out, and it's clear now as well. As you can see the dirt outside of that. So we're just desilting, just like BKDD was talking about. Our main objective here was getting the culverts clean. As you can see, you can see straight through these culverts now. This is Franklin Street. We did all of Franklin on both sides, and then what you'll see next, coming up in about 5 seconds or so, is starting up on Auto. And if you come down Auto right past the metal shop there, we started there. We jetted out these culverts as well. Again, desilting these easements, drainage easements, just like BKDD was talking about. Our easements and ditches aren't as big as theirs, but what you can see now is water will flow through these culverts freely. They some of them were 25% full, 50% full, 75% full, and 100% full, as you all saw last month when we discovered some of them. So as you can see, there's actually a detention pond that needs to be cut right there to the left. To the left, you'll see a culvert coming out from there. So all the way down this streets, both sides, all the way down to Bostic Park. You'll see them completely clean. We've done a little bit extra work on Cooper Street that I didn't put on here, but if you are able to drive the streets, you'll see these culverts being cleaned. If the public works crew is in your way, just give us a minute or 30 seconds extra, if you could just kind of provide us A little bit, we're trying to be safe there, but, you know, sometimes we might not see the residents going by, so if you can just be on the lookout for us. Right here is a BKDD ditch, that was full, so what we did, we created that ditch, and now you see it's dry because we were able to jet all the culverts from there. And now you see Depot coming at Stallnick. We widened this ditch just a little bit. We didn't necessarily widen it, but we created that ditch there. Took all the silt, and now there's an actual ditch. So here in the downtown area, what we did was we cleaned the storm drains out. And so what you'll see is we're going into this manhole right here, and that right there, what you'll see is a bunch of leaves, mud, everything gathered up. And so what that right there. That entrance is about 6 feet down before it goes under the road, so that was completely packed, about 5.5 feet. So what they're doing now is vacuuming all that out, and so what it is right in front of them is a drain. So for the streets drain, they're drained right into that, and so with all that being packed, they were not able to drain. So the street was completely full going into their yards and. Not close to the home, but getting pretty close there, so providing some more drainage relief for the residents in this area. What we did here is take a video and see what they're doing there. As you can see, there's some great suction. They pulled it all the way up. They pulled everything up all the way 6 feet down. Then they went to the other side here. You'll see a little bit further. They came to this other side on Cooper, and what they're doing here next in the video is they're going to jet from this side. So they're sending water from this side to the other side to completely clear it out as they bring that line back. So water flows freely from each place all the way outside of the downtown area, all the way crossing over onto South Street. And so we also went into the Briarbrook subdivision. So my understanding, Briarbrook has floods heavily, and so we wanted to provide some relief to the residents there. As you can see, the trash is full there from those drainages. And so again, they vacuumed all this out, and so providing some more relief so the water can flow freely there. You'll notice that there's a lot of garbage in there as well, so we took all that out. Next, they'll go to the manhole and vacuum that out as well. You'll start to notice that once they vacuum the manhole out on this next video, that the water's gonna start draining from across the street, providing that relief. So that had a broom in it as well. Machine here, different company, we brought them out to see what they were able to do to help us with in Briarbrook subdivision. Some of these manholes in the downtown area had roots going through them, so next time they're gonna have to bring a different type of jetter. But as you can see, as you zoom in, the water's coming from underneath the road, from across the street, and finally trying to drain. But we found an issue in Briarbrook. There's a major issue in Briarbrook with drainage and the outfall on the outside of the utility easement that we were informed about. Here, the guys are shooting a little bit of, they're shooting for the grade there determined. We've determined that there is no grade there behind Briarbrook, so we have
Again,
some more
thank you for
issues.
allowing us to share a little bit of what we've done throughout the community. Publicly thank all the public works staff here today, road and drainage, parks and rec, fleet maintenance, and building maintenance. Thank you all for all the work that you do and for this community.
Just wanted to provide that to you all, just to highlight some of the things that the staff has done, and on behalf of the entire Public Works Department, we thank you for your support.
That's excellent work, and we have to start with the low-hanging fruit, and that is cleaning out the drains and the ditches to help with the flooding. If the culverts are clogged and there's dirt in the ditchway, it's going to inhibit the drainage. So excellent work y'all did. Thank you.
Good job.
All right, City Secretary report.
Mayor and council, for the month of September, I had interviews. I was part of a board for one interview for the executive assistant for for the PD that was conducted, but we had 2 hires, which was the chief of police and the executive assistant at the PD. I had 1 pre-employment drug screening test, and we had 1 person to resign. Documents signed and executed, of course, were the ordinance for the tax rate adoption, ordinance for the budget adoption, ordinance for the text dot speed limit. My main focus for the previous month was we sent paperwork over to the tax assessor collector to begin the tax roll. We should be having our tax bills roll out mid-October. I spoke with them again on today. Assessment of Southwest has been very cooperative and helping Miss Carolyn over at the Waller County office. So it seems that it's gonna be a smooth transition, but to let the citizens know this period, this month, this transition period, anybody that has received paperwork from Lombarger for tax collections, delinquent taxes, they can come over to our office and bring us a check or money order, but it will not be processed until October because it's in the middle of Waller County taking over. We will take it, we will hold it, but it can only be a money order or a check. And mid-October, it'll be processed through the Waller County Tax Assessor's Office. But it's only delinquent taxes. That's what everybody, it's like $4 or $5 and stuff like that. Not a whole lot of money or funds being held. Sent paperwork over to Becky at Waller County Appraisal District to turn in for the 2025 tax rate and levy. I'm still waiting on from Joseph, the junk vehicle ordinance. We're working on that. We're waiting on the interlocal agreement between Brookshire Municipal Water District. I spoke with the attorney over there. He said that he has it ready to go to send over to our attorney. So the 2 attorneys are gonna collaborate and make sure everything is good before we present it to both boards. And currently, me and Joseph are working on reviewing the vexatious requester ordinance. He has sent it over to me, and at this moment, we're just gonna review it and go over it and talk and see how we're gonna go about charging the fees and so forth. So we're working on that. He has completed that part of his assignment. Which part, ma'am? We're working on several things, ordinance, junk vehicle ordinance and vexatious requesters ordinance. Yes, ma'am. There was fees for requesting open records requests.
So, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but please fulfill them first before you start charging us for them. Thank you.
Thank you. City Hall admin meets every Tuesday morning at 8:07 a.m. That's all. If you have any questions, Mayor or Council, I'm here to answer.
Questions for me?
Any questions on the city secretary's report?
Don't have
All right. Brookshire Police Department report. Good evening.
Good evening, council. Before I start with my report this evening, I want to introduce everybody to our newest police officer that we swore in this past Monday. So, Officer Phillips. Officer Phillips is our newest officer. He's worked here previously for the city of Brookshire. He just came to us from Royal ISD, and he's got over 10 years of experience. And he is our community relations officer. He has introduced me to more people than I can count in the 5 days that he's been here, 4 days that he's been here. But he's a great addition to our team, and I'm really excited to have him on board.
Awesome.
So for the month of September, the total calls for service is 249, and we assisted outside agencies with 30 different calls for service, and our officers responded to 20 traffic accidents, all of those accidents being non-injury accidents. Our office had 269 traffic contacts, and we had 45 offense reports this month. Our officers issued 5 criminal trespass warnings this month, and we had 55 vacation watches. There were a total of 11 arrests made by the PD for the month of September. I personally interviewed 4 different candidates for police officer jobs. the past 2 weeks that I've been here. An offer letter was given to Officer Phillips, and he started this week. We had one resignation by a police captain, and myself, along with other officers, have attended five different community events this month.
I seen that.
All right,
Y'all have
thank
any
you.
questions for me?
Excellent. Any questions for the police department report?
No questions. I do want to commend them. I did see them over there at the hangar helping with the food drive, and I love it.
Yes, ma'am.
I love the community connection.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Green. Municipal courts report.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So for the municipal courts, for September, the report, cases imported from the police department, we had 129 cases. Completed cases were 53. Total revenue collected for the month of September was $12,184.40. Number of people on the docket were 29. We had one bench trial this month, so we put a little bit less on the docket because we give that person time to be able to hear their case and everything. So we had that. On the show calls docket, we had 32. Dismissals, compliances with fee, registration, driver's license, deferred disposition, and driver's safety course, we had 10. Dismissed by prosecution, total of 3. Dismissed other insurance, compliance, and plea bargain, 1. Warrants that were issued for the month of September were 58. Reported to Omni were 57, and also reported to collections were 57. So the summary is the total collections for the month of September were $12,184.40, an increase of $2,606.90 over the previous month of August. The combination of dockets total 93 cases for the month of September, an increase from August of 10 cases. There were 129 filed violations in the month of September, an increase of 84 filed violations from the month of August. Any questions?
No questions for me.
I don't have any.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Financial reports for bills paid, credit card revenue and expense. Ms. Lowndes. Good evening.
Hello, council
Good evening.
citizens. For the month of August, the city has an income of $63K, expenses of $639K for income, $721K for expenses. So we kind of expended more than our income this month. We also did $6,000 for credit cards this month and 54 payments as well. I have an audit update for FY22, the fixed audit. The fixed assets were completed and sent to the auditors, and so now they're ready to review that. We are in the process of closing 12 out of 16 of the Wells Fargo accounts. Both the auditors and the accountants felt comfortable enough that we had enough data to start closing those accounts. So we're starting that process. And I believe that's it, yeah. We also have a healthy relationship with Wells Fargo right now, so if we do need anything, they're more than assured us that they will provide the data that we do need, so.
Okay. Thank you.
Any questions? Thank you,
Looks good.
Ms.
Thank you.
Lyons. Okay, new business. Item number 7. Discussion of possible action to approve city attorney to create, item number 7 will be tabled. Our attorney, Mr. Olson, is not present. He's going to do a presentation on this particular item at the October 16th council meeting. Item number 8, discussion of possible action to approve LJA to provide more details for future projects. And this one was added by Alderman Stamps. I can say that kind of come in on a little bit. We are trying to improve our relationship with LJA, and there's no negativism to you. This is a comment to your company, okay? Is that we want better participation. We've asked for a weekly meeting. We've not gotten that yet. We have several projects that are in process that are being slowly done. Our clients are getting frustrated, and when things do not happen, the people don't see you; they see the city of Brookshire. And so we do not want a bad reputation for new developers that are trying to come to our town. We want to make the process for development easy, and I know there are rules and guidelines that we must follow within the law, and we want to do that. But we need better cooperation from your company. We're in the midst of many projects with you all, and none of our payments have been late to y'all. They're on time, and they're expensive. So we want better cooperation so we can move some of these projects along. And if you can carry that message back to your company, we would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Is there any discussion on this particular item?
I would like to add to that, and also when you come and present a plat or something like that, we would like more information. I know at our last meeting, you presented a couple of them, but you didn't know anything about them, or
They hadn't told us yet, so they don't always, when they do the plots, they don't always give us the plans immediately. Sometimes they just do the plots and do commercial residences, so that one, those particular ones, they hadn't finalized what they were gonna put on there.
in the future, are they able to actually come as well when that's on the agenda?
We can have that as a requirement.
Okay, that would help out a lot. Thank you. Okay.
That everything you just said, that to, you know, someone who works for the city, myself as a citizen and other people like me can say that for you all. For public information requests, city services, so I think please understand there's a systemic problem here in our city. It's not anything else, it's the whole system. And just because some things are A+, doesn't mean we figured it out. So anything you just said to this engineering company, you just need to look in front of the mirror, and that's coming from us citizens to all of y'all.
Thank you. Item number 9, discussion of possible action to grant sign variance for Quick Trip. LJA. Okay, Quick Trip's here. All right. Dr. B. Okay, great. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and council members and residents of Brookshire. My name is Harrison Baldwin. I am the real estate project manager for Quick Trip here in the Houston and greater surrounding areas. We just wanted to take a couple minutes, literally a couple minutes, just to explain who we are as future members of your community, and then just quickly go through the sign variances that I think we're already all familiar with, just super quick. I'm good. I can see it fine. Yeah. Quick Trip is more than a gas station. Since 1958, we've been employee owned and operated. Our whole thing is just build, maintain, and operate our stores. No franchises. We keep complete quality control over all of our stores. It's all us as employees, as owners. Our core values are just here real quick. We don't have to go into too detail there. Our biggest one is just doing the right thing. So that comes from our workings with the city, which y'all have been fantastic so far, from our site design with safety in mind, especially for pedestrian, vehicular traffic, as well as personal safety of our people who shop in our store. Just a few quick facts about Quick Trip. Here we have been on the 16 years on the Fortune's list of 100 best companies to work for. Here you can see a good overview of our store manager's salary is $90,000 up to $100,000 per year, 90 being just starting out fresh. Our two favorite ones that we like to talk about, though, is Quick Trip contributes 5% of all of our profits to charitable organizations in the local communities with what we're part of. We don't take 5% of our profits and give it to a national organization that spreads that out. It comes directly here from the people that we're hiring from your community that work in our stores and become part of our family. And we're really proud of that. Another one too is if anybody's familiar with a National Safe Place location, we do have that designation, which means if anybody is in trouble, youth in any sort of domestic violence situation, what have you, we are designated as a safe place that they can come and seek refuge until they get the help and the response that they need. Another thing we are particularly proud of too is we do have great food. And what's better is it's made to order in about the amount of time that you can fill up your car, so you can grab and go and keep going on about your day.
No, we hungry.
This is just a general overview and a rendering of what the front of our store is going to look like. You can go to the next one. We had renderings made of what this particular site is going to look like. You can see our main building there with our large auto canopy for normal cars, and then in the back is where all of our trucks are going to be coming to fill up. And we have two full accesses, one on I-10 and one on 1489. This is just an example of one of the signs that we're going to be needing a variance for. It's just really just guide trucks towards our scales that we have on site, so they're not having to back up and realign when truck traffic gets a little bit heavier. This is our truck canopy and how that looks as it pertains to our site, looking west. Another one is you're pulling into our site, coming off of I-10, this is what you'll see. And then this is just a general overview of our site plan as we have it right now, and this is what we're planning on doing. So with that in mind, we'll go to the first signage that we're gonna need a variance for and just wanna touch on is one monument sign with a height of 25 feet, total area of 120. What's currently allowed is a site of 15 feet with 48 square feet. This is just a general rendering of what that monument sign is gonna look like. It's gonna be going on the access over on FM 1489. The next one is our high-rise sign. This one's of particular importance to us being on I-10. Anybody that's had our sweet tea will tell you that they will merge over 5 lanes to get to the exit if they need to in time. This allows them to make that in a safe manner and get there without causing what we see a lot of on 45. So this is particular importance to us, and that's where it's going to be located there on the southwest corner. Just to give a representation of our canopy signs, we call them buttons. At 3 locations, we will need a variance for that as well because they do extend 3 inches vertically and horizontally above the canopy. We are proud of and do stand by our site signage, and it does allow people to turn into our, locate and turn into our sites a lot sooner than they would if they were a bit smaller. That is important to us. Just what the front of our building looks like. Again, typically what's allowed by code is going to be 170 square feet in area. Our prototypical is 220 square feet of area. And this is our diesel canopy sign, very similar to the other auto canopy sign. Really no different, just a little bit bigger than what's permitted by code. And then as mentioned before is our certified truck scale entrance that allows trucks to not have to go back up and create a traffic jam in there. Creates a lot of foot traffic safety as well, as you don't have trucks kind of driving around looking for an entrance. It allows everything in circulation to go very smoothly. And then again, no branding or designation on this is advertised for Quick Trip. This is strictly for safety in mind, as all of our signs are, but this one's strictly for truck traffic, located on both of our full accesses, just to allow them to make an informed decision. You can see it's different than the auto access that we have down there, which kind of keeps them separate and safe and allows them to circulate around our site well. And then with that, I'll answer any questions y'all have, if any. Okay, well.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So the entries for the trucks, will it be coming from, like the feeder road or on the main, on 1489?
Yes, ma'am, we have one for both of them.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay.
That's why they're curved. Like, you'll see the curve, you're a little bit bigger than most normal driveways. So
Mm.
make that curve, that turn safely from either way.
Okay. And by the way, I love Quick Trip.
Oh, thank you.
When we travel up north, we always look for one, so.
Oh, good, well, we're looking
The best
forward
coffee
to
too, not only the tea. Yeah. I switch lanes for coffee.
Thank you for choosing the city of Brookshire, bring one of your locations. And if Dr. Batista, can you give us an update on the permit process for where we're at on trying to get this project done?
So I was just speaking to engineering about that. So the variance, we need to work on the variance, and then had a discussion with engineering just a moment ago, and there's just some updates that they need to provide to Quick Trip. and we didn't want to put a letter out in front with just a quick comment that we might be able to adjust. So we're gonna get with them and then make those adjustments and then push forward with the permit application.
Okay, and sir, I have one question. When is your estimated completion date to grand opening?
It would probably be fall of 2026.
Fall of 2026.
For the next council meeting, we just heard that a plat would come forward.
They're preliminary.
Plat. Okay.
All right,
Can I get a motion?
sounds good.
All I need is a motion now. Item number 9.
I'll make a motion that we approve to take action to grant the sign variance for Quick Trip.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Item number 10, discussion and possible action to approve a variance for the carport located at 4031 Stella Road. So I asked for this particular item, and I know LJA has some comments, and would you like to explain those comments?
So the code states that any residential building or even accessory structure over 200 square foot cannot be corrugated metal. It is as the exterior of the building. And this is a carport with 300 square foot of space at the back of it. Like there is an actual building at the end of it. So that qualifies as not being able to be corrugated metal, but he is asking for a variance to have it as the exterior.
So what exactly does it have to be? If it, what wood frame or something?
Yeah, wood frame, same thing like do you remember when we had the container home?
Mm-hmm.
So she had to wood clad it to be able to build in here. Like essentially you can put wood on the outside of it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can put siding, I mean, basically anything besides the metal.
So I, did you go by and look at the location?
Mm-hmm.
So I went by and looked at the location, and this particular house sits far back off the street. This carport comes with a building attached, a little storage building attached. And from what I see, and I did research and I couldn't find one online that was made of wood, so the residents would have to actually go purchase additional wood to add to the outside. But the reason why I thought that it could qualify for a variance is because of its location that is not visible from the street. In the front of the carport has a garage door. And so you really can't see the other side of this carport. But, you know, rules are rules, and variants are there for exceptions. So it's up to the council to decide based on the facts of how you all want to proceed.
So if this was made of wood, it would be okay.
If he clads it, it doesn't necessarily have to be made of wood. It can still be made of metal, but it just, the final exterior has to be something else besides the corrugated metal. Like he could do the plastic siding, vinyl siding, or wood cladding, yes. Similar to like I said, we did the container home, and she had it wood cladded so that the exterior wasn't metal.
And, you know, I just thought that homes, I know, yeah, probably would. We have ordinances that probably need to be reviewed and updated. Yeah. And I just thought that a carport, you know, probably could get an exception because I didn't find one that was sold with wood on the outside. But again, council can choose what they want to do.
You ready for a motion then?
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we grant a variance for the carport located at 4031 Stella Road.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you. Item number 11. Update from LJA Engineering about the design and cost estimate of 12 streets. Busy tonight.
Might as well just stay up there.
Got us sitting in front. So I think in y'all's packet, we sent this over. Craig did draw the alignment that we're talking about, you know, so that way the right-of-way can be shifted to the top. Do you want mine if you don't have it?
Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah.
'Cause I think
Yes,
as
see.
y'all are all aware, 12th Street has a lot of interest in developing. And the best way to be able to develop in that is to extend, you know, to expand the road to a wider side so that more traffic can safely and easily go onto it. As far as costs, we are still working on that, and I think we've spoken with Romero about meeting with the owner, basically of the land below where we would need to get detention or drainage to, and, you know, depending on what they say and what they're willing to work with us, it changes the cost a lot. So we are setting up a meeting hopefully next week with the owner, the city, and ourselves so that we can discuss those drainage options with him.
Okay.
The address of the owner for that, do you know?
I would have to look that up. 'cause
So
it's
it's
a-
across the street from Elton Foster's house. Elton.
Oh,
well.
that's,
So there's
that's why I was asking.
this, again, as she mentioned, there's a lot of interest for 12th Street for development. And this is a warehouse that would kind of put you in the mind of Empire West. They want to put a warehouse of sort of those types on 12th Street. And also, there's different other people that want to develop on 12th Street. Some of the challenges are, and I think, Dr. Pt2, you can talk if you want me to or not. I know that drainage outflow is going to be one. Yeah.
What Shanna's speaking on behalf of, it's, developer is Twinwood, you all aren't familiar with, that's who we're, having a meeting with. Yeah. So there's a lot-
Twinwood?
Twinwood, yes. So all of the development that's on the south side of Brookshire, they
Mhm.
own land just outside of, well, they have some land in the city limits, but 12th Street, south of 12th Street where this development wants to go, that's where we need the water to go. So we need to have a discussion with them. If you also noticed on the BKDD, presentation tonight, there were some 12th Street improvements there to the drainage as well. So it may be a multi-jurisdictional type of public-private partnership that might take place where the developer brings some of those costs to develop. We're kind of looking at all avenues. So we have to speak to the private landowners as well. These developers are giving some right-of-way up on their project, but there are others along the way that we have to talk to.
Yeah, down the street. They ain't touched that land in a long time, so that's why I was wondering who.
Mr. Green, any discussion?
I just
And-
think it's pushing us out, pushing the,
Yeah, that's, I can't even vision that type of building over
right
there
there. That's the
on
same thing that
12th
happened
Street.
on what? Well, Tanya them was saying, what's that? But they're being them church at, what street is it? Is it South? No, what Bible Church? It's South Street? Yeah. But all them businesses right there.
Well, you know, so right now, the discussion is to have LJA to come to do a study to let us know, let the city know, and the citizens know what is going to be required for this project. Developing of the road, some businesses may have to give up on the corner for turns, outfall for waste, all of that. And so the motion right now is, do the council approve LJA to move forward with a study for the 12th Street project?
I don't have a motion. That's
So your motion is not to, sir?
yes, sir.
Okay.
President.
Do I have a second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passed. Item number 12, discussion and possible action to authorize LJA Engineering to assist financial assistance to Lakeside HOA for Lakeside Outfalls. So Lakeside Outfalls have been discussion for quite a while. There's problem over there with the detention. I guess this area is owned by the HOA. The HOA is receiving some pushback with the drainage district to get the problem corrected over there. There's 3 levels of the outfalls: a top level, a second level, and a lower level. The lower level is where the concern is. And so it has been added to the agenda to ask the council to consider approval of LJA to do a study to finally fix this problem, and then come back with recommendations and costs.
So the drainage district is pushing back on exactly what?
Yes, the drainage district is consulting with the HOA to get this corrected. They want it fixed.
Okay.
So the city owns the Lakeside is part of the city of Brookshire. And so if we can partner with the HOA in collaboration with the drainage district to collectively get the problem resolved. And so some of our portion will be to authorize payment to LJA to go out and do the research.
Didn't they just do a presentation?
How's that?
The drainage district, they need some help, right? But we need some help too.
Right.
Well, this is actually a Lakeside HOA problem.
Yeah, but you said
I know.
They want us
Drainage
yeah,
district,
they fight.
well, because of drainage and flooding and all of those things,
And
the drainage
easement
district,
probably.
yeah, the drainage district is saying we need to get this HOA. We need to get this corrected.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's an HOA problem. Yes,
They need our assistance, correct? Right?
correct.
Right.
They would like to,
Okay.
since Lakeside's in the city of Brookshire, right?
Yes, it's in the city of Brookshire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to authorize LJA Engineering to access financial assistance to Lakeside HOA for Lakeside Outfalls.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion pass. Okay, item number 13, discussion and possible action to approve the city attorney to investigate the removal of the New Mexico pipeline for additional drainage relief from the Brook subdivision. Right now, basically, it's just discussion. Let me just say what this is first. When you all seen the Brook presentation that Dr. Pt2 did with the drainage and the easement that runs, the ditch that runs in the back of Brook, the drains in Brook, there are 3 culverts that drain to that ditch. And along that ditch, there is a pipeline that's covered that has a culvert that's going under the bottom of the covered area. The thought was to get that pipeline removed so that ditch could be free and clear of any obstruction. But in talking to the attorney, he said dealing with the oil companies like dealing with the railroad, right? Good luck. But he will try to reach out to them to see if there's anything that can be done. And so that's where we're at right now. There's no motion, it's actually for discussion.
Okay.
Is there any discussion from council on that particular one?
Is it a functioning pipeline or is it abandoned?
No, the pipeline has not been functioning since 2012. It's abandoned. But still, the oil company owns the easement. And so we're hopeful.
Whether we make a motion or not, they
No,
can't do
no,
anything.
yeah, no motion, no action. One more item left here. Item number 14, discussion and possible action to convert the vacant captain position to an assistant chief position. I asked for this particular item on the agenda, conversations with Chief Green and with the growth that's coming around in our area. We have a vacant captain position which can be converted to a assistant chief position, so there's no increase in headcount. We had 2 captains and 1 chief. Now we will have a proper chain of command if the council, please the council to approve this particular item, that we will have a chief of police, an assistant chief, and then a captain. So we have a true chain of command. There's a lot of things that need to be addressed at the police department. Evidence room needs to be addressed. Our jail needs to be reinstated. Our policy manual has not been updated since 2019. Several things that need to be corrected and addressed. And so I think with an assistant chief, we'll be able to get these things done in a timely manner to put us back in compliance.
You want a motion?
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to make a motion to convert the vacant captain position into an assistant chief position.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. All right, executive session. The city council will meet in closed session pursuant to Title 5, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code for the purpose of consultation with legal counsel, Section 551071. The council will convene executive session pursuant to Section 551074 of the Texas Government Code to consider personal issues and duties of police officers, employees, city secretary, police chief, public works director, municipal clerk, and the time is 8:25 p.m.
You look pretty in that yellow.
Hey, Mila.
But it's a fight. That was when Rita and all them, people spent ladies, that's when they had to.
All right, we're back.
Miss Skinny Maria.
And the time is 8:55. Discussion and consider action resulting from executive session. There is no action. Now we are on to, do we have any community announcements, Ms. Dunn?
Good evening, Mayor Richardson, Council.
Good evening.
Just a few quick announcements. We do have our National Night Out coming on October the 7th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It will be at the amphitheater here. And there is another community event on October the 16th. It is the Bountiful Blessings Individuals through Bountiful Service. They'll be in partnership with the city of Brookshire. It is Thursday, October the 16th. Starts at 9:30. It'll be at the convention center here in, it'll be here at the convention center. I do apologize. And it'll have guest speakers from Royal ISD. Our tax assess collector will be here. Prairie View A&M will be here. Chief Holly will be here as well. And also Reverend Dr. Lee Jones as well, as we've talked about Red Cross disaster and other good things. So please come out.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Miss what's name? The council walk.
Yes, also, Cancer Walk is coming up. Cancer Walk's coming up. October is 11th? 11th, 9:30 a.m. Breakfast at 8:45 a.m.
I'm trying to get everybody to register ahead of time, so that way we don't have a lot of time when we get to the police department for them to try to register, and then we start the walk at 10. So I've been trying to push to go ahead and register ahead of time.
Okay, so for the Cancer Walk, the coordinator, Ms. Odie, would like for the citizens or anyone that wants to get involved in Cancer Walk to register ahead of time. Register ahead of time.
She got a QR code online.
And there's a QR code on the flyer, and it takes you right to registration.
There's a link in the QR code on the flyer. It takes you directly to registration. Okay, future agenda items. Mr. Green.
Don't have any.
Ms. Taylor.
No, sir, I don't have any.
Ms. McDade.
None for me.
Uh-oh, we got 10.
Almost. You almost got it right. 12.
Mayor, do you have any?
I have 12.
Okay, let it rip.
Okay, Ms. Corner. Discussion and possible action to hire a company to update the City of Brookshire Police Department Policy Manual. Yes, ma'am.
Can we add the city as well?
Not this time. Ready? Number 2, discussion and possible action to enter into a contract agreement with Flock Cameras for the City of Brookshire. Discussion and possible action to request a variance for Ace Hardware replat and parking spaces. Discussion and possible action to authorize past due payments Crystal Lake TERS. Discussion and possible action, approval to hire a contractor to install Christmas lights on City Hall, Highway 90, Police Station, and the museum. Discussion and possible action to approve to pay the past due engineering bill for Gunda Corporation. Discussion and possible action concerning unauthorized debris being placed in the city easement. Discussion and possible action to approve adding additional services to Bear Vista's inspection contract for reviewing easement work and culvert work. Discussion and possible action, approval to develop a RFP for maintenance contract for cleaning and reshaping ditches. Discussion and possible action, approval to develop a RFP for maintenance contract for stormwater drain cleaning. Two more. Discussion and possible action to authorize LGA with the assistance of BKDD to do an engineering analysis on the 20-foot drainage ditch located behind the Broadbrook subdivision. Discussion and possible action to authorize LGA to create a bid package for road repairs. And that's it. Thank you all. All right. I just need a motion to end the meeting.
Oh, I make a motion that we adjourn.
That's your favorite part. I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
That's your favorite